The ability to maintain a sharp mind is a concern for many who notice frustrating memory lapses. While everything might seem normal, crucial details treacherously slip away, like sand through fingers, forgotten names of old acquaintances, keys that just minutes ago were in hand, and fresh ideas that vanish before taking shape become increasingly common occurrences. Is it a familiar situation when you walk into a room and completely forget why you entered? Or when you read a page of an engaging book only to realize with annoyance that not a single word registered in your mind? Many tend to attribute these unpleasant symptoms to the relentless passage of time, naively believing that age is an insurmountable obstacle. But is that truly the case? The distinguished academician Mikulin, who dedicated his life to exploring the depths of the human brain, asserted the opposite. Memory is not an irreversible gift, but a valuable resource that can not only be preserved, but also restored by providing the brain with optimal conditions for its function. What's most interesting is that this doesn't require expensive medications or complex methods demanding specialized knowledge. Regularly focusing on simple yet remarkably effective actions is enough, and the results will soon become evident. Incredible discoveries lie ahead that will help restore mental clarity and a sharp memory. Stay with us, and you'll learn how to achieve this. In the realm of memory restoration, adaptogens hold a special place as natural keys to brain activation, whose therapeutic properties, unfortunately, remain underestimated by the general public. Many of us have experienced the sensation of brain fog, where thoughts lose their sharpness, concentration becomes a formidable challenge, and memories slip away like grains of sand through fingers. Such symptoms may indicate not only fatigue, but also a deep exhaustion of brain resources. Often, people do not realize that the root of the problem lies not in age, but in an insufficient supply of the elements necessary for the brain's full function. Academician Mikulin emphasized that the brain, much like muscles, requires strengthening and training. For this, it needs specialized, correct substances, and this is where adaptogens come into play. These unique plants possess an astonishing ability to increase the body's resistance to stress and stimulate its function at peak performance, especially concerning the brain. One of the most well-known natural memory boosters is ginseng. This ancient plant is renowned for its ability to boost blood circulation in the brain, providing cells with oxygen and essential nutrients. It is thanks to the regular consumption of ginseng that many long livers maintain mental clarity and sharp memory well into old age, serving as living proof of its effectiveness. Among nature's treasures capable of awakening the brain's dormant reserves, eleuthero deserves special attention. This herbal stimulant is a reliable ally in combating mental fatigue, helping to restore mental clarity and enhance intellectual productivity. A vivid illustration is the story of Nicholas, an esteemed 85-year-old man. Throughout his life, he prided himself on a phenomenal memory, but over time, he began to notice important dates, names, and even significant episodes of his own biography slipping from his mind. This discovery caused him deep distress. On the advice of an experienced doctor, Nicholas began taking eleuthero tincture. Within just 2 weeks, he experienced astonishing changes. His thoughts gained clarity and coherence. Words came to mind with lightning speed, and new information was absorbed with youthful ease. For maximum effect, The renowned scientist Mikulin recommended taking 20 drops of ginseng tincture in the morning or 30 drops of eleuthero before the first meal. However, even enriching one's diet with adaptogens may not be enough for complete memory regeneration. There is another amazing remedy with the power to bring memories back to life, but its healing properties remain little known. At the forefront is an amazing combination of honey and celery, a simple yet undeservedly overlooked blend capable of breathing new life into your memory. Many might be surprised that the key to a sharp mind could be right at hand in an ordinary refrigerator. While a significant number of people spend considerable amounts of money on complex medications and expensive dietary supplements, few suspect that an accessible mixture of honey and celery can become a reliable ally in restoring memory and improving cognitive functions. Honey is not just a pleasant treat, it's also a powerful natural stimulant of brain activity. It is rich in antioxidants that effectively protect neurons from the destructive effects of free radicals, stimulate blood circulation in the brain, and contribute to faster information processing. It's no coincidence that long livers residing in regions with traditionally high honey consumption often maintain a clear mind and excellent memory well into old age. Celery is the second, unfortunately, underestimated ally for the brain. It contains a unique substance called luteolin, which possesses strong anti-inflammatory properties that help prevent inflammation in the brain and improve neuron functionality. Numerous studies show that people who regularly include celery in their diet demonstrate significantly better cognitive abilities in old age. For example, 82-year-old Maria, having lost hope of improving her memory, suffered from persistent forgetfulness. She would forget phone numbers, street names, and often couldn't remember where she had put her glasses. On the advice of a doctor she knew, she began consuming a spoon of honey with chopped celery every morning. A month later, she happily noted, "I feel like myself again. It's as if someone flipped a switch in my mind, and everything became crystal clear." To prepare this miraculous remedy, simply chop a small celery root, about 10 to 15 cm, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of natural honey, and mix thoroughly. Regular consumption of this mixture every morning can lead to a noticeable improvement in memory and concentration within just a few weeks. Even the most advanced brain health methods pale in comparison to Academician Mikulin's discovery, a unique exercise capable of activating mental activity in the shortest possible time. This method, called gravitational taps, instantly awakens the brain. Despite the benefits of a balanced diet, adaptogens, and herbal infusions for memory improvement, their effectiveness is negated by insufficient blood supply to the brain. A chronic lack of oxygen, often found in older adults, slows thinking and impairs memory, frequently going unnoticed. Academician Mikulin proposed a simple yet effective exercise that stimulates blood flow and oxygenates the brain in mere seconds. The essence of the method involves rising onto your toes and then dropping sharply onto your heels, creating a vibration that accelerates blood flow to the head, providing the brain with essential elements. Regular performance of this exercise not only improves memory and concentration, but also reduces the risk of stroke. An example is the story of 73-year-old Ivan, who suffered from forgetfulness, lethargy, and slowed thinking. After his doctor recommended performing gravitational taps 30 times a day, Ivan noticed significant improvements. His thoughts became clearer, his memory improved, and his body was filled with energy. To perform the exercise, stand straight, rise onto your toes by 2 to 3 cm, and then drop sharply onto your heels, repeating the movement 30 times in 2 to 3 sets a day. This simple action instantly activates blood circulation and awakens the brain. However, there is yet another underlying cause of memory decline, often overlooked. It has no relation to diet or physical activity, and if it's not neutralized, all other efforts will be futile. Have you ever noticed how your concentration significantly decreases after prolonged periods of sitting? We are talking about posture and breathing. These are the factors typically overlooked when discussing memory deterioration. One can consume the most miraculous herbs and perform specialized exercises to stimulate brain activity. But if posture is poor, the brain's blood supply will inevitably worsen, and memory will continue to fail. Often, people aged 60-70 begin to hunch, involuntarily tilting their heads forward, unaware that they are thereby compressing vital blood vessels that supply the brain with oxygen. This is precisely why even proponents of a healthy lifestyle often experience a constant feeling of fatigue, weakness, and mental sluggishness. Scientific research convincingly proves that incorrect posture can reduce oxygen flow to the brain by as much as 30%. This, in turn, means that neurons operate at a sluggish pace, memory weakens, and thought processes become dull and hazy. Valentina, an esteemed octogenarian, had long complained of a persistent feeling of brain fog. She was plagued by frustrating memory lapses. Significant dates would slip her mind, important items would get lost, and she experienced difficulties concentrating during conversations. Medical examinations revealed no serious ailments, which only deepened her despair. One day, an experienced posture specialist noticed that Valentina consistently maintained a posture with a downcast head and stiff shoulders. As soon as she began actively working on correcting her posture and regularly performing special breathing exercises, her health transformed remarkably. "I feel like I've turned back the clock," she exclaimed with delight. "I never would have thought that was the cause." We invite you to try a simple experiment right now. Adopt an upright posture. Take a deep breath through your nose. Hold your breath for 3 seconds and slowly exhale through your mouth. Did you feel your mind clear? Repeat this exercise 5 times every morning, and your brain will function noticeably more quickly and productively. Nevertheless, if your goal is to maintain a sharp mind and keen memory well into old age, breathing exercises and good posture alone clearly won't be enough. Academician Mikulin convincingly asserted, "The brain must be trained as diligently as muscles, otherwise it inevitably faces degradation." But what exactly is this method that can keep the brain in optimal condition? Unwavering intellectual training stands as the sole true path to preserving a clear mind and strong memory for many years. While maintaining physical health through medicinal herbal infusions, exercises to improve blood circulation, and posture control is undoubtedly beneficial, if the brain does not receive regular, diverse, and stimulating intellectual engagement, its structure and functions inevitably begin to decline. Academician Mikulin, convinced of this, emphasized that the cessation of learning leads to brain degradation. Numerous scientific studies confirm this pattern. People who avoid reading, new knowledge, logical problems, and intellectual challenges experience memory deterioration twice as quickly. In their brains, the process of forming new neural connections, critically important for learning and memorization, slows down. As a result, cognitive processes become challenging, and memories slip away over time. As an example, consider the story of 79-year-old Alexander, who, upon retiring, decided it was time for well-deserved rest and relaxation. He gave up acquiring new knowledge, reduced his reading time, and tried to avoid any mental engagement. Several years later, he anxiously discovered that he was starting to forget important events, had trouble articulating his thoughts, and his speech became slow and indistinct. He then decided to put Mikulin's method into practice, which involved the daily assimilation of new information. He began to learn 5 new foreign words, solve simple arithmetic problems, recall past events, and record them in a diary. Within a month, Alexander noted with satisfaction a significant improvement in his memory and increased brain function. We invite the reader to perform a simple test. Close your eyes and try to remember what you ate for breakfast 3 days ago. An instant recall indicates a sharp and active brain. Difficulty recalling this information is a crucial sign that immediate memory training is needed. Simple but effective exercises can help: daily reading for 15 minutes, learning 5 new words, and retelling what you've heard or read. These actions stimulate the brain and help keep it young and sharp. Even the most advanced and scientifically validated methods will prove ineffective if, deep down, one doesn't believe in the possibility of positive change. This inner mindset plays a decisive role. A common misconception among older adults is the belief that nothing can be done about impending cognitive decline, that it is an inevitable part of aging. However, as is now clear, memory deterioration is not simply an inexorable companion of age, but often a consequence of specific oversights and mistakes that are entirely correctable. Everyone has access to 5 powerful tools capable of providing significant support in preserving mental acuity, restoring memory, and significantly slowing down the brain's aging process. Adaptogens, like an elixir of youth, nourish the brain and stimulate neural activity. The amazing combination of honey and celery can revitalize cognitive functions. Gravitational exercises, like a geyser, enhance blood flow and oxygenate the brain. Correct posture and conscious breathing have a direct impact on mental clarity. And finally, regular intellectual training becomes a reliable shield, protecting the brain from degradation and shutting down. The choice is now yours to put these valuable insights into practice and breathe new life into your brain, or to continue passively observing as memory fades day by day. It is important to remember that the human brain's potential is nearly limitless, and it is capable of operating at its full potential if provided with proper nourishment and care.